replay. So if you weren't able to watch it live, you will be able to watch it on the replay on both of our channels.
Yes.
So why don't we get started? Morgan, tell us a little bit. Well, introduce yourself and then I'll introduce myself.
I'm Morgan Whiter. I'm a wardrobe consultant. I am passionate about helping everyday women look and feel their best, and do that by picking the wardrobes and clothes that suit their lifestyle, suit who they are, suit their body, suit their budget. So I work with clients mostly in Atlanta, but all over the U.S., digitally and in person, to clean out their closets, teach them how to shop, teach them how to shop for their body, teach them how to shop for their careers, teach them how to shop for the careers that they want to have or the new lifestyles that they have. And I'm really passionate about that. And I also do a lot of public speaking on pretty versus smart and how to increase your worthiness and how to feel like you deserve to look and feel your best.
I love that, pretty versus smart.
Pretty versus smart.
I think a lot of women are dealing with that right now in work world, corporate world, especially in America.
Absolutely.
And for you guys that don't know, I met Morgan at the TEDx. I know you heard me talk about TEDx on my other videos. I'm a little obsessed with it now.
It was so awesome.
Yes,
it was so amazing. It was so amazing.
It was so amazing. It was electrifying. That's the only thing.
That's a really good word. That's a really good word for it. A room full of women. It was great.
It was emotional. Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot. You need to detox.
Just a really great vibe too. Like 400 women in this small relatively small auditorium. So you really felt the energy, and it was just some really great information of just so diverse women.
Yes.
And it was awesome.
It was very touching.
So shout out to the Centennial Park women, TEDx. Thank you for putting on a great event.
TEDx.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how did you go? I never asked you, Morgan. How did
That's
you
a crazy story about opening doors.
Yes.
I am a member of the City Club of Buckhead, which is up the street from me in my house.
I'm a member of the City Club.
No, you're not.
Yes.
You're not a member. Are you serious?
Yes. I go to Toastmasters every other Friday.
Are you serious?
Anyway.
I didn't mean to go to Toastmasters every other Friday, but every time I have something on my calendar every Friday.
Oh my god.
So if you met, Rita is she was the one who spoke at the end. Rita, easy.
Yes.
She's a member.
Shut
and
up.
I was sitting next to her at the Professional Women's Networking thing every Thursday. Literally sitting next to her, and she's like, I really like you. We're doing TEDx, and I loved it.
Oh my gosh.
That's how it happened. Sitting next to me.
Oh.
And I was going regularly to those. I joined the City Club Buckhead in April maybe, and I was there like every month. It's a once a month thing, and then she wasn't ever there, and it hasn't been since.
It was meant to be.
Meant to be.
Isn't that amazing?
You remember the City Club of Buckhead?
That is an awesome story. I've been to those meetings like twice. I went twice, and I was like,
you're missing out.
I think I just want to go to Toastmasters. That is awesome.
Missing out.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it. I'm so glad I met you, Morgan. And when me and Morgan started talking, I was telling her about what I do. I'm a women's fitness and healthy lifestyle coach, speaker, trainer, and I love to speak to women audiences about nutrition, behavioral health, mental health, because I feel like your body and your mind are all connected to fitness. It all goes together. And we meshed when we spoke.
Our stories are so similar.
Yes.
We're members of the same club.
I know. We were talking about weight. I was like, oh my gosh, we have to connect. We have to do something. So I'm glad I was able to connect.
And here we are.
Yes.
Here we are.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Oh my gosh, Morgan, tell us how you got started on your journey.
So my journey for my business started out of a breakup. And I'd always loved clothes, I worked in corporate retail for all of my career, had always loved being in the retail industry. But I talked about at TEDx, I felt there was this pretty versus smart thing. I wanted to be really professional looking at work and really boring and bland. I was in a very creative environment, which also meant I wore jeans and t-shirts to work every day. And so I did that, and then I saved my cute stuff for when I lived in New York. I'd actually have to go home to put on cute stuff to be in New York City after work. I was so casual during the day, and I moved to Atlanta. And when I got down here, I rediscovered Chick-fil-A, which was a kitty corner from my office at the time. And I was in a job that I absolutely hated. It was not the job that moved me down here, and I was in a relationship that wasn't the best fit. And I ate Chick-fil-A for breakfast, probably some days for lunch, because when you're a northerner and you're around Chick-fil-A, it's just the most amazing thing ever. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And I wasn't walking like I used to be in New York City, so I gained a ton of weight. I was super depressed. I was living with my then in the relationship, and I was trying to eat like a man does and not work out like a man does. So I gained a ton of weight. Every morning I would go into my closet and see clothes from my old life, clothes from New York City, clothes that were really just, they were fun and they're fashionable, they didn't fit. And every morning it was the worst feeling in the world to look at my closet and nothing worked, and I felt so depressed, and I felt like I didn't know what to do. And it was, and that then what I do, I would go Chick-fil-A that morning because I felt so awesome. I would go eat my feelings in Chick-fil-A for a Chick-fil-A biscuit. It wasn't until I started, I finally bought some clothes that fit that current body that I then started to feel good about myself, and then that was changed everything. Changed old boy, changed my job, started going back on Weight Watchers, like actually got healthy because I then wanted my body to match how I looked in the mirror. And that's how, after that, I built the business after me and him broke up. I was like thinking it was going to be like kind of like a hobby, but I felt really great about this is what I want to do. I had to kind of rebuild my life, and the job changed, everything changed, and kind of put that on hold for a while. Built the business, was working with clients, put it on hold. My corporate career took off, and then a year and a half ago decided this is what I want to do, and this is how it's turned into helping women all the time talk about feeling worthy, living your life the way that you want to. And it's not just about clothes, but it's about feeling good too, that you can live the life that you want to live.
That is so amazing, and that experience took you to not only living in your passion,
absolutely,
but also connecting you with women to help them
totally
feel better.
Totally.
And I think that's exactly what we have in common, this idea of helping women feel better.
Showing them the way. Yeah.
Yes. And it's so important. I mean, being healthy, being mentally okay and balanced, but also looking at yourself in the mirror and what you wear, and like at any size, I'm like, I like the way I look.
Yeah.
And I like what I'm wearing, and I'm like putting myself together, and this is how I'm going to be.
And this is how what I'm putting on tells people how you're going to treat me. I mean, and that's like we can dance around that in a whole lot of ways, but that's just fact. And even for me, I had a lot of corporate clients. There was a day, again, I work in a mostly casual environment. One day I had on a really cute striped pencil skirt and Chucks, and like I think like a button down or something. And my boss was on vacation, and my SVP asked me to like run up into like some big leadership meeting. And he saw my Chucks on, and I know that I had the chance to like sit in that meeting, but based on my shoe choice at the time, I know that he was like, oh, I can't really put her in this, but it's true, like how you, and I was next in command, but I didn't look it, and like even though it's a creative environment, I had to dress literally like my boss did, and that was all of this how you want to be treated, and I got treated not like in my boss's position because I was capable of doing it, but I got treated like something different.
Wearing Chucks.
Someone's wearing Chucks in a corporate office, even though it's creative in a corporate office.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So it's really how you choose to present yourself is sending a message to the world.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So tell about your story.
Oh gosh.
And how weight and relationships got you to here.
Most people know about 5 years ago I was overweight. I was kind of going through a depression. I was like, something has got to change. Decided to start walking every day. I was actually living over here on Lennox and walking to Lennox Park every day, and just kind of put on my music, bought some cute workout clothes, and that's how it started. Just me walking back and forth.
Good for you.
And, eventually I really got into it, just really enjoyed myself, and a walk turned into a run turned into me joining a running group, and then a running group turned to me doing races, and then, of course, I wanted to up the ante.
Yep.
And I got a coach and started doing competitions, and I loved it. What I loved about that experience was every time I went to the gym to lift weights, and I would look at whatever my trainer had put in front of me, I was like, I don't know. And he was like, get on, girl, you better get down here and do those push-ups. But in my mind, I was telling myself, I was doubting myself. And then when I accomplished it, it was like, oh, I can do this.
What's next?
What else can I do? And it just opened up, and I was literally craving going to the gym because I got that immediate positive reinforcement.
Awesome. That is awesome.
And it built me up so much. But what people didn't realize, I was going home and I was miserable. My marriage was falling apart. And at one point, a year and a half ago, I literally was frightened of my ex-spouse. And that was like my rock bottom. Even though I was doing shows and I was doing all this stuff and I was building my business, I was like, nobody knows that I'm coming home, and it's just a tornado. And I just got to that space where I was like, I can't live like this anymore.
Good for you.
And I can't live like this and build a business telling women not to live like this, and I'm the one.
And how you do one thing is how you do everything. Yep.
And so I was like, number one, I got to get out of my marriage because I want to be safe. But number two, I really want to commit to my business, taking it far, and then using it as a platform to help women truly feel well, help them feel good, help them be healthy, help them learn how to do workouts that they can implement quickly into their lives because we're all busy, help them run their nutritional needs so they know that they don't have to give up everything they love to be healthy, and also teach them mindset activities, because so many women that I talk to, that I work with, they're like, it's not just about the food, it's not just about the exercise, I'm depressed. It is a mindset thing because of their environment, because of relationships, because of their jobs. So you also want to help them to reduce stress, teaching them ways about how to reduce stress, going for walks, meditating, yoga, journaling.
Meditating is what got me quitting my job.
Oh, I love it. You hear that? Meditating got her.
Be careful. But it's been the most freeing thing. Once you really get centered and grounded and know who you are and know whose you are, then decisions happen, and you make decisions for your life, and that then changes how you treat your body, and that's how you dress and how you work out and all of those things.
All those things.
It's all related.
And meditation is just bringing your mind to awareness. Literally in that moment, making yourself fully aware of what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind, and just quieting your mind. Just focusing on one thing. And there's so many different types of ways you can meditate. And it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter what you look like, what culture you come from. It's about quieting your mind and bringing yourself to that space. For me, when I meditate now, but even when I began meditation, what it did for me, it quieted my mind, and it gave me an opportunity to just push everything out and just say, okay, let me focus on here now. Yep. And then afterwards, after that quiet time, I was able to think more clearly. But I tell people, when I lift weights, I am actively meditating.
You absolutely are.
It is an active it's like I push
so
everything
present.
out, and I am in that.
You are so present.
And the one thing about working out, when you put action to quieting your mind, that action, when I say quiet your mind, of course you listen to music, but when you put action to that awareness where you are right there in the moment, it gets in deeper into your brain because you feel it. I feel the weights. So it's not like I can think about, oh, what happened? What am I going to do next? No. My body is saying, no, you're right here, and you can feel this. You can feel this weight. You're lifting heavy weight, and you're pushing yourself. So it makes you so fully aware in that moment, and that's why I love weightlifting. That's part of the reason I love it. It is mental.
You make me want to go try it.
It is.
That's awesome.
I can talk about it all day.
But
anyway, but that's how I got here. And I became so passionate after my divorce. Like, number one, I don't want any woman to ever be afraid in her own home. That is the worst feeling ever. Yeah. But number two, I want them to know women have a strength.
We do.
We have a strength that is like none other. We can do so much. We can adapt to any environment. I feel like most of us are Navy SEALs and we just don't know it. We can be tortured and still get there, still wake up and go to work. So I want women to tap into that strength and to know that when you focus on your health, that is truly your wealth. That when you have that, you invest in yourself, you can truly give.
That is so true. So true. You can't give from an empty cup. You literally can't. You actually can't.
You cannot. So, but yeah, that was my journey. And so when I was talking to you, Morgan, that's what intrigued me about you, was that connection of kind of like empowering women and making women feel better about themselves.
Absolutely.
So if a woman came to you right now, how would she get in touch with you, and what could you provide her as far as your service?
A lot of different things. If a woman came to me right now and said, oftentimes what I hear is, I hate how I look and I want to work with you after I lose 10 or 15 pounds. That's something that I'll hear very, very often. And I immediately tell them the story that I just told you guys of, like, if you are waiting to change your life, or if you're letting 10 to 15 pounds stop you from feeling good about yourself, it's not the best decision. It's really, really not, because you not feeling good about who you are and the way that you are right now is going to then continue to make bad decisions. So yes, go start working out, but in the meantime, you buying cute workout clothes motivates you to put those on.
Yes.
You feeling good about what you're having in your closet is not going to encourage you to go eat a donut when you actually want to go eat fruit. It literally is like that. So anyway, client can come find me through Styled by Stats on Facebook or on Instagram. Styled, STYLED, by BYSTATS, Stats. And when she comes to me, we'll have a conversation kind of like this, and we'll talk about her goals and talk about what stopped her from looking the way that she wants to look like. She fills out a form for me, and I want to learn about her business. I want to learn about what people come to. Hi, Crystal. Hi. And I talk to them about, I want to know your life. We're dressing you for your life. So, that's the most important thing, is we can't put you in a closet full of gowns if you are a stay-at-home mom. It just doesn't make sense. And then after that, you and I will go to your closet, and we will. This is where shit happens. This is where the good stuff. This is where the good stuff happens. These are where the conversations happen. This is why you tell me if you're holding on to things, and why you're holding on to them, or why you don't like your body, or you have stuff I had a client today who's a stay-at-home mom of 4 now, and she had quite a few suits in her closet still. What are we doing? This isn't life. What does this mean, and why are we holding on to this?
Why are you holding
to this? Why are you holding? You get a lot of questions. I've got a lot of interesting answers of that of lately. Of why am I holding on to this? And it goes then to an abundance mindset, or it goes to a lack mindset, or I might need this one day. I'm here to tell you, ladies, your old black pants that you're holding on to that don't fit, the world's not going to stop making black pants. So you can get rid of them. You can get rid of them. Or suits. If this client ever needed a suit, she's going to be able to find one that's suited for 2017 or 2018 versus the suit that she had a long time ago.
Well, Morgan, on that note, can I ask you a quick question about that? Do you think women hold on to clothes?
Hold on to everything. We hold on to everything.
Right. We hold on to everything. Are there specific things you think we hold on to, especially in that scenario, like a stay-at-home mom, and you still have a corporate? This idea of who you used to be.
Exactly. That's everything that's about. It's who you used to be. And Crystal, you're exactly right. Purge that. But purging has to first come up accepting who you are and what your life is right now. So, and that, yes, like my mother's notorious for saying this, some things come back in style. Yes, sometimes, but it usually not in the exact way that you own it. Right. So it will be a quick way to date you, and then you have to accept if the high school jeans don't fit now, they're probably not ever going to. And again, they're making jeans that you don't want to wear what's back there. So it is really about accepting. I had to tell a client she wanted to hold on to some stuff from high school, and she's long since passed. But I really liked that. I'm like, you liked it back then. You liked the 18-year-old, and you liked that. But now at 40, who are you? It's okay. We can like it and accept it and thank you for the fun nights that we had in it. But it's time to go. It's time to go. Walking in not only to a closet of stuff that doesn't fit, but just a lot of stuff that doesn't suit you.
Clutter.
It's clutter. Yeah. It's literally, and Crystal, you can talk. My friend Crystal is a space clearer and energy healer, and purges a lot of that. But yeah, get rid of.
And it's kind of and I've heard people say this. Number one, when you declutter anything, declutter your house, you then open that space up for something new to come in.
And we open the space up for new stuff. Yeah. So after we clean the closet, we go shopping, and that is the process of getting to be able to see what really fits you now. You look better in clothes than you ever thought you did. Shop in new stores you never thought of. And trying sizes that you there's some clients the TEDx, when I did a few clients on the TEDx, a woman who thought she was a 2 or a 4, she's actually a 00. So she was a lot of women are thinking that they are this one size and that's what they will always be, but you're not, and that's okay. And no one knows the size of your items. They don't see the tag, but they can see when it doesn't fit. So if you have to go up a size, no one knows that. But they know when you're not buying the right size. That's something that I have to teach a lot of women.
Have you worked with women, Morgan, that you felt subconsciously they wanted to be invisible?
Absolutely.
They would wear large clothes to be invisible?
Large clothes, or I had a client who, she knew that she needed to call me when she said that she was an IT consultant and the only black female, and she caught herself one day only wearing black and said, I know that I'm trying to hide in this room.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm trying to not be seen. I don't want to be seen. I'm already standing out enough as the only black female in this room in the industry of IT, in the industry of consulting, in the industry of where she was working. I didn't want to stand out.
Yeah.
So there's that whole invisible wardrobe aspect is so real. We don't want to be seen by our bodies or we don't want to be seen by color, and it's a real.
I remember I was talking to Morgan at TEDx, after TEDx, and she had women come on stage, and they were like corporate women, and how to make them look cute and still professional.
Yep.
And I remember telling you, I remember working in a profession where it was almost kind of the opposite of what you would think, where women were like, I'm too smart to wear makeup. I'm too smart to worry about.
Or I'm too dedicated to the cause.
Yeah, I'm too dedicated to the cause because we worked in public health. I'm too dedicated for all this. I'm intelligent. I don't have to wear. You know, it was this idea that it was one or the other. If you are intelligent and smart and dedicated and, you know, really into your work, then you shouldn't even be thinking about how
Absolutely
you look.
Not. And so many of us are raised that way.
Yes.
So many of us are raised that way.
And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. But, you know, clearly on a flip side, you have a whole nother genre where people are obsessed with how they look, and they're like, well, I don't have to be smart because ironically, I think it's two opposites, two extremes, yeah.
Or the super smart, dedicated women are so scared of being perceived as not having smarts or having depth to them. I mean, it's that I don't even want you to consider that I could be this vapid per se, that I'm not going to do anything. And that's like all things in life is about finding a balance. It really is about owning your intelligence, owning who you are and what you bring to the table, but also owning that you're women, that we're feminine, and that like there's nothing wrong with enjoying how I look. How I look is telling you again how you're going to treat me. And there's if I'm not treating my body well, I can't expect anyone else to. I really can't. And I said this on stage, and it's one of my favorite things to say. No one can hear your message if you look like a mess. I can't, like, because you're distracted, or not taking you seriously, or you know, you could have put in all the work on the presentation, but if you look a mess, you don't look credible. Like that's.
And when you say look a mess, like sloppy, like
sloppy,
clothes are too
big, or even just boring and basic or safe. You know, like the black pantsuit, or for me when I worked in corporate, you know, it's so funny that I'm this messenger of looking great in corporate when I wasn't, you know, Crystal can probably tell you. And, I was a jeans and flats girl because I wasn't happy in the job, and I was also one of those who was like, my work is enough, but that doesn't say anything. That's not my image is not supporting my intelligence. My image isn't supporting the work that I put in. I'm putting all this work into a business or to a project, but I'm not investing in myself.
Right. And I mean, I feel like it's important, and I ironically. Right now, I'm doing a promo for Lash Lounge in Sandy Springs.
Nice.
And I got my lashes done.
I was looking like, gosh, they look great.
You know, my lashes done. And I had a good time. And to me, for me, sometimes it's just about the experience. I tell people, like, go get a massage. And they're like,
enjoy feeling pretty.
For what?
Yes.
Just to enjoy it.
Just to enjoy it.
Just enjoy feeling pretty.
Yes.
I think that.
Wear a pair of shoes like this with sparkles on them just to have fun. Just to, like, look down at your feet and be like, these are fun and these are cute, and bring a smile to your face.
To your face, because it brings you joy, right?
Yes.
It's not because you're trying to impress.
No.
I mean, that's great to impress me, but it's really just about you. And I think sometimes people are like, well, who are you trying to impress? I'm trying to impress myself.
I'm enjoying
I'm enjoying this experience, right?
Exactly.
So, but I love doing little things for myself to enjoy myself. And then here's the kicker. When you do things for yourself and you enjoy it, you reflect that.
Absolutely.
And people are attracted to that.
Funny how that works, right?
Yes. Isn't it funny how, like, oh, she looks happy. Let me go talk to her. You know, so I think that I love that.
There's an absolute balance to be found, and it's about knowing who you are and being confident in who you are. Like, hands down, that's what's most important. And
when you were at TEDx and you were talking to the women on stage, like I said, they were all examples of like women who work in corporate America who just kind of want to jazz up their look. And that's exactly what you were saying. It's not necessarily about going totally off cuff.
Absolutely not.
With what your business is trying to portray.
Wearing color. Wearing like one of the women that I worked with was always wearing like black slacks and a blouse and like a solid cardigan. We found a really cool leopard cardigan and red shoes. Like it's adding like the same thing that you would normally wear, but looking something for fun. Like, everyone needs to wear boots this season, so why not let it be a red boot? Like, why not? You know, like something like that to have show interest, make it a conversation starter, make it something that's different. You know, like, let's stop trying to blend in, especially in the corporate world. You know, like, let's stop trying to fit this mold of, if I have quite a few lawyer clients, the conservative black suit mold. Why?
Right.
Why?
and give people something to talk about.
Give
because they're going to talk about you anyway.
They're actually going to, or not even talk about you, but make a conversation starter.
Right.
Like I've gained clients or I've made connections based off of like a jewelry or something. Like give some people to notice about you and a compliment and to make a conversation out of. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not that deep sometimes. Like,
sometimes I just want to talk about
right. Or sometimes, like, or people, it's a conversation starter that can lead to a TEDx. Like, I was sitting next to Rita, that's how this, some people think it's just about clothes, but it opens the door to have conversations. It literally is something that all women can connect on.
It's like a bridge.
And it's absolutely a bridge.
I love it.
It was absolutely weird.
So the holidays are coming up.
Yes, they're here. They are here.
By the way, guys, I have a challenge that starts on Monday. I'll tell you more about that. It's just a stay fit challenge during the holidays. But with that, the holidays are coming up. Women are going to be eating as they should.
Yep.
How can they stay comfortable and still look good during the holidays?
I think one of the best tricks to use with the holidays are accessories. So you can wear, like, I kind of had this is an old kind of like sweater dress that I've been wearing. It's a tunic. I've had it for years. It's comfortable. It's stretchy. Like, I can eat. I have leggings on underneath it. But these big danglers here kind of like dress it up. And like if I'm having people over at the house, that's a really good way to still look dressy and festive in kind of otherwise boring clothes. Like there's a couple. I found this example or this necklace from Banana Republic for like $12. Like you throw this on with a t-shirt or a tunic and you instantly look festive. Or this one is this is a really good find. This was from, you'll never guess, Forever 21.
Really?
Forever 21 has can have some really good jewels. So again, like you throw this on with a loose sweater or a loose tunic. And a lot of my clients know I'm not condoning leggings, but over the holidays, it's how you wear them. But if you're at home, hosting, leggings are okay. They're not okay when you walk outside the house. But that's one of the ways. And another way, if you have to go at the house, if you have the holiday parties, there's nothing wrong with the black dress, but like let's add some fun to it. Like let's use like accessories. This is like stuff that like really dresses it up. It's heavy, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Or like fun bags like these. Cement. It's literally a cement brick. But those are again conversation starters. Like, and it instantly makes everything look dressed up. So you can wear the same thing multiple times. No one's gonna be looking at your black dress. They're gonna be looking at this bag.
Right.
And that's a good way to get extended wear. Another thing is stretchy stuff that has sequins. So this is a skirt that I found from H&M.
Wow.
Stretchy elastic waistband. Definitely looks festive. You can throw on, I've worn it with like a sweatshirt during the day, or I've done like, like a black turtleneck or something like that. But like, this is an easy thing that you can like, your tummy can grow with you as the day goes on. But then, you can still look dressy and festive. So those are kind of the easy ways to like have fun. Like it's a time when there's been a big trend of like adding a lot of sparkle to your everyday life in general. But during the holidays where you can like go crazy, you can really go for it, and no one's gonna think twice. Like you can do it. Just don't take it so seriously. It's really not like have fun and be okay with having attention on you and standing out, and that's like that's a whole other.
That is a whole.
That's a whole other thing. Like you are going to be jingle jangling in the skirt, like and relish that. Like be okay with getting the compliments. Don't downplay them.
Yes, I love that you said that. Be okay with getting the compliments, ladies.
Yes.
And say thank you.
Say thank you and return one.
I'm saying this for myself too. I used to be one of those people. I'm like, no. And now somebody had to tell me, like, Tiffany, just say thank you. That's it. That's all you have to say. And receive that.
Receive it. Let it soak in.
It is a joy for somebody to give you something and for you to receive it.
Absolutely.
So, ladies, receive the compliments. Wear the pretty skirts and the shiny everything.
Not all at once. But yeah.
And let people say, oh, that's so pretty. Well, thank you.
It. And accept it.
Yeah, and accept it. And give compliments. Give it to other women and let them give you compliments and accept and feel that joy. I think that one thing I've learned in this industry as far as fitness and health is that women struggle to feel the joy. They struggle.
I can see that.
We struggle. I don't struggle as much as I used to, but struggle to feel the joy. And I think part of it is, guilt. Like, I shouldn't be this happy. I should be focused on the kids. I should be focused on my spouse. I should be focused on my parents. I should be focused on my friends. I should be focused on everybody else. No. Yeah. And that's not how it should be. No. You should feel the joy every day.
And if you're not, the people around you mirror that.
Yes.
So like you are perpetuating more unhappiness in your own life. Like that's the thing. If it takes you working out and taking a 15-minute walk to be present for your family and to feel good about yourself, then do it. If it takes buying a fun pair of shoes so that you, when you go to work the next day, like you have a pep in your step, do it. Like those are the things that like are really important. That are absolutely important. There's nothing to feel guilty about shining your light, because when you do, then someone else does. Like if I hadn't been okay with, we can take it back to this TEDx moment. If I hadn't felt good enough and spoke up at that meeting next to Reed at the City Club, I wouldn't have gone on TEDx. And when I got on TEDx, I wouldn't have met you. Like, you know, like yes. Me, like these conversations that we're having, they all happen because we stepped out. We showed who we are, and that's okay to let your clothes mirror that.
Yes, I love that you said that. But yeah, I think that that's so true. A lot of times we as women, we feel this sort of obligation to put ourselves last mm-hmm. and put everybody else first. Mm-hmm. And one thing I tell my clients, that's part of that mindset training is you're at the top and everybody else comes after you. It has to, or else the ship starts to sink. I mean, and that's really what happened to me mm-hmm. with my marriage. I had put someone else at the top for so long that when I was literally could not hold the ship any longer and I was drowning, I literally didn't have the strength anymore to hold that person. Yeah. And that is what will happen when you hit rock bottom and you don't have any energy. Everyone will suffer.
Everyone will suffer.
The kids, the spouses, the family members,
the coworkers,
yes.
all of it. Absolutely.
And one thing I hear from women a lot, they say, well, Timmy, I just don't have any time. Mm-hmm. I don't have any time to work out. I don't have any time to go shopping. I don't have any time for this. I don't have any time for that. And
so what do you say when the time is to work out? Because I need to hear that, because I'm a little guilty of this.
I say,
or a lot guilty.
What is your priority?
That's true.
Nobody has time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta make the time.
You have to make the time.
And when I say make the time, I literally mean open up your scheduler or your planner or your app and set an appointment for yourself.
Good for you.
For whatever it is. The workout, mm-hmm. whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is you choose.
Put it on the calendar.
Going shopping, put it on the calendar. Going out with your friends, put it on the calendar.
And stick to it.
And stick to it.
Stick to it. Yeah.
I don't care if you say, well, I have had people say, I don't have time to meditate. Like, 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Just 5 minutes before you go to bed. Make the time. And if you don't have 5 minutes, you need to reevaluate your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You need to make that, because I'm telling you, it is important. It is so important.
So important. And for shopping, a little bit different, because it doesn't have to be on a continuous basis, like mm-hmm. working out or like meditating. But if you invest with my clients who invest in the 4 hours of closet clean out and then the 4 hours of shopping with me, your mornings become easier. Because you're not like I can find you 5 minutes to meditate because you have saving 10 minutes or 15 minutes trying to figure out what to wear every morning.
Right.
Like I mean, honestly, that's like if you have a closet that works for you, and and you have things that go together, and you know what fits, and based on your colors and based on your body shape, like this goes together, that goes together. I can pull these two, and it's easy to mix and match per se. Life becomes easier. Yes. And so, like, I love to shop, and I'm always out in the stores for my clients, for myself. Like, I just want to be aware of the market. You don't have to necessarily do that. Like, once or twice a season, you do a big shopping trip, or you spend 10 or 15 minutes online kind of seeing, like, a lot of the big brands are sending you, like, the top 5 or top 10 trends. Pick one thing for the season, and that's cool. Mm-hmm. And kind of just re-up that once a month or once every couple of months. That makes it easier. Like, we're not saying spend your Saturday shopping. No, like right. With moms and all of that, like you have kids, and we understand that. But making that upfront investment, it's almost like meal prep planning. Like mm-hmm. if you make that upfront investment on Sunday night, the rest of your week becomes a whole lot easier.
And I think in general, a lot of people, but especially women, struggle with that concept of organization, mm-hmm. like taking a block of time, yep. planning something. And then that way it makes the whole system run Absolutely. A little bit better with anything. And so I think it's important. One thing, when I got out of college, I realized something. College was so structured, right?
Yep.
You get up, you know what your classes are. Yes. Even if you're living on campus, whether living on campus, off campus, you know your classes, you know where the cafeteria is. You have structure. You have a plan. Like you sit down with your counselor. Mm-hmm. They told you what you're doing with your life.
What classes you're taking.
What classes you're taking when you graduate. So when we graduate, yeah, we have a job for the most part, but there's no structure anymore. There's nobody telling you this is what you should be doing. You should join this group. You should join that group. You know, in college, join the student council. But nobody tips. So I think a lot of people, when they kind of get out of that structured environment, it's just kind of a catch-all. Like, okay, I'm just going to hang out, date, go to work, get married, have a baby. I mean, it's all reactionary.
Yep.
And it doesn't seem like there's a plan. And so, but that's why people like you and I exist, to come in and help people, give them that plan, and then keep them accountable to that plan. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong. I was there too. There's nothing wrong with not having a plan, but I think that there is something wrong.
If not having a plan isn't working for you, and you know that it's not working for you, it's
exactly. You have to do something different. You have to come to that realization, like, this is not working. Yep. I need a little help. Who can I call?
And no one can do everything alone.
Right.
Like that's
no one
can do everything alone. Like people think I should be able to. I hear all the time. I should be able to dress myself. Yeah. Okay. Like it's not everyone's strength. Like they don't enjoy TJ Maxx like I do. You know. Like and I love being there. Let me help you navigate that system. Or you like teach me how to lift weights. That's not something you inherently know how to do, and that's okay. Get the help that you can to live that life. I think so many, especially Black women, we think we can do it all. We're supposed to do it all. We're supposed to have the answers. It's overrated. It's absolutely.
I don't know anybody that's out there.
Right, you know.
Olivia Pope.
Right, we think not really. I haven't watched the show in a while, but I mean, her life isn't a little messy.
A fictional character might have
right. Her life is
but
still
even
messy.
If that's messy, yeah.
Right.
So yeah. I mean, nobody has all the answers, and we need to lean on each other. And that's why I feel like lately I'm just meeting a lot of great women that I am building a network with, and we all have the same focus on helping women, even though we're in different genres, whether it's cooks, chefs, lawyers, doctors, wardrobe consultants, IT people. We all have the same idea, like we are here to help each other.
Exactly.
We are here to help each other grow in whatever it is we need, because we can't do it alone. It's just too much.
Absolutely.
Life is just...
No,
it's a lot.
It's a whole lot. Everyone has a special gift. Like,
yes.
I hire an accountant. I hire a trainer. Like, this is their expertise that they're bringing to my life. It's no different. Like, it's the same thing.
Yes.
Like, you, just as you take your finances and you get help with that, how you feel about yourself and how you look on the fitness and from the styling, it's no different.
It's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
I love
it's
it.
the same thing.
And I love this idea of helping women.
Yeah, it's fun.
So, during the holidays... You know, Black Friday's coming up. Do you get people calling you like, can you come?
So I don't do Black Friday. I don't do Black Friday. So for me, the only reason I can think of like for Black Friday is good for like TVs, computers, like those kind of things. I'm a stylist. There's no item of clothing that I need that bad to risk getting trampled over.
Right.
To like it's just not like that for me. And I used to. When I worked in retail, we would support the stores and we'd go work in the stores for a while. And I used to understand why people would be like rushing for these fleece pajamas. Like, granted, they were like $4 or $5, but is it really like that store would not have been my first stop of the day? Like, it would be Best Buy or it would be Costco. Like,
yes.
So no, I don't do Black Friday for clothes. I don't like that. And yes, and most of that stuff that you're getting on Black Friday is going to be there the next day. It might be a little bit of a higher price. But if you wait another week or two, it might be even lower than it was on Black Friday. So most of the deals that you're getting on Black Friday are end of fall or really like start of winter specific product that has to be gone by January. So if you kind of think of it that way, like it's going to take another markdown, it's going to take another clearance right before Christmas, and definitely after Christmas, that same stuff it might still be there. Unless there's something really specific that you want, but a lot of the good stuff isn't. Like, a lot of that stuff you can do online. So, like, all of the good brands, you can shop online. It's going to take you longer to get to you because the traffic and the demand for shipping is going to be infinitely higher. But there's no reason to be at anybody's Lenox Mall or Phipps Mall on Black Friday. For me. Like, there's just, shopping is my pleasure. That's my experience. I love doing it. I have clients when we go shopping. It's usually on a weekday. And when we have the mall close to ourselves, and it's an experience, and you want to be able to like think about things and talk about things. You don't do that on Black Friday. It's a mad dash, and It's not.
Like, no. That's not how we do
I
it.
probably actually like, and I this reminds me, I will go to Target like this week and stock up on toilet paper, any like those things that I need, so I do not have to go to a Target after Thanksgiving, or like after Thanksgiving it's a free for all in those stores. So like so that's a little good shopping tip. Anything that you need for the mall, if you're not trying to do like gift shopping, go this week so that you can kind of like, you're not going to save as much money as you think you are waiting until the end of the week. But like stuff like, again, the staples of laundry detergent and toilet paper, go now.
Right.
Seriously,
it's
not going to be on sale, and you can go to Target and not wait in lines and like just have a little peace of mind.
Right.
Yeah.
What is like the staple things that you feel like every woman?
No such thing.
Is there? Yeah, that was my question.
There's no such thing as a staple because every woman's different. Every lifestyle is different.
Okay.
Like so, I tell clients like those magazines they're in business to sell, and those like top list of everything that most women should own. It's not true because your body type is different. Like for me, one of the things that I love to wear and I almost wear every day is a chambray shirt, a denim shirt. I wear it with a whole lot of different things. I wear it with skirts. I wear it with jeans today. My website, I probably have a few pictures of it. But for some women who are bigger chested, you can't. Like button down shirts don't work for you, or for your broader shoulders, button down shirts don't work for you. Or if you're in a different environment, that doesn't work. So like there's things that I wear every day. I don't wear a pair of black slacks. Other than today, I don't really wear that often. I'm not in the lifestyle that black slacks are important. I don't own a pair. Right. Some women, you need that, but that's not for me. I think one rule that I will say is earrings, but again, that's still relative.
Yeah.
Like that's it's who you are. It depends on who you are. It depends on your lifestyle. And that's why having a stylist is something that's important, like, because you have to build your staples. Yeah. Build your staples. Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, this has been so much fun.
I know, this is a lot of fun. I've never done a Facebook party, so this is my first one.
This is my second. We did it.
Yes.
Is there any questions or anything? Or no?
I don't see any questions coming in, but of course we will be posting, doing this posting, and so any replays, if you guys have questions, you can comment on the post, you can comment straight to Morgan, you can send messages to me, we can follow up, I can repost this again, I plan on downloading it for YouTube as well.
Awesome.
So anybody has questions, you guys know how to get in touch with us. We're at 8:48. Any other?
Well, I want to ask you, what's the biggest tip for my listeners of how to not go crazy? I need that question for
during
my own self during the holidays.
I'd say the biggest thing is mindful eating. Once you get full, pull away from the table, which I think is easier said than done, but just think about how your body is feeling, and then try to get a small plate. The food, unless you have a huge family, it's not going anywhere. So get a small or medium-sized plate, not necessarily a little saucer, but a medium-sized plate, and get you scoops of everything. Not a huge scoop, but just kind of like 2 teaspoons. Fill the plate up. Eat, and as you're eating, speak to your family. Enjoy the experience.
My mom is the slowest eater, and it's for her to feel full.
Yes, eat very slow if you can. Get you some water, drink your water or your wine or whatever it is you want to drink, and just enjoy the experience. And remember why you're there. You're there to be social, to spend time with your family or whatever.
True,
and
not just to eat.
Not just to eat. And I think sometimes people are like, I'm getting this, I'm getting it. But think about it. You still have to have a life when you leave the house and you've eaten all that food. So be mindful. Get a smaller plate. One thing that I would say, families do dinner at different times. Some people actually eat fairly early in the day. Some people eat later.
Depending on when the turkey's done.
Depending on when a turkey is done. So be mindful of your carbohydrates intakes. If you're trying to stay moderate. If you can get your carbs in before 3 p.m., get them in before 3 p.m.
Okay. If
you can't get your carbs in before 3 p.m. because you have a late dinner, then just be mindful of how much macaroni and cheese you're eating. Be mindful of how much stuff you're eating.
Some people, I'm going to ask you this, a lot of people who if they're going to be eating late during the day, they won't eat anything until dinner time. Is that a smart move?
So some people do fasting. I'm for fasting.
Okay.
However,
I feel like if I waited until dinner was served at 7 p.m., I'm going to go 8.
And you have to know yourself.
Okay.
Now, if you were fasting before and your body has gotten accustomed to fasting, which means fasting means you don't eat for a certain period of time, then when it's time for you to eat during a scheduled period, like, a 4-hour window, You eat a small portion like you normally would.
You
go sit down, you talk, you might eat a little bit more. And then at the end of that 4-period window, you stop eating. That's typical fasting diet that a lot of people prescribe to. There's different ones. But don't binge. There's a difference between fasting like you would normally fast and binge eating, meaning you don't eat anything all day. So when they bring it out, you're doing it because you're going to get sick.
Right. Yeah.
So what I would say for people who don't do that normally, just go ahead and have breakfast, have your lunch, have a sensible breakfast, a sensible lunch. If you don't want to eat anything too heavy, like you say, well, in the morning I don't want to eat too much because I want to have some room. Okay, eat a small breakfast, a small lunch. Okay. And then, so that when you get to dinner, you're not starving.
Good point.
So be mindful of that. And here's the other thing. For the most part, I don't know everybody's family, but take some with you.
So is that so? Like, here's my thing. Sometimes I think like I'm gonna like go crazy on Thanksgiving, and I'm not gonna take any macaroni and cheese home because then like the bad decisions will continue throughout the week.
Well, I would say don't take a full bucket. Take a small portion. Take something that when it's gone is gone.
Fair.
So
I don't think me knowing that there's leftovers is going to stop me from eating. Like,
I think the worst part, like when I used to the house I grew up in, we didn't have it like I have 3 sisters. We had the whole like all of cousins, and it was just a huge event every holiday. All the holidays were huge at our house. So we were eating for days because family would bring more food, and everybody brought a cake.
And that's usually that's often, so that's not because it's like Thanksgiving is like a week.
Yes, it's like Thanksgiving week when you live
all the
around
leftovers
your family,
and all the leftovers.
Yeah, and you're so that's different between you visiting a family, taking a little bit, and then leaving. If you have the opportunity to leave, I think that's great.
Or not make so much that you have tons of leftovers.
Right, not make so much that you have tons of leftovers. Now, if you're one of those people who come from a huge family and it's just a week of eating, you have to just constantly remind yourself and be mindful, like, the food isn't going anywhere. And if you really want a macaroni and cheese, can't you just cook it anytime? Why do we have to wait till a special day?
I only cook on the special day. I don't make my...
I would say, just be mindful. Get a small plate, small portions. Be active if you can. I know some people are. I grew up in Michigan. Some people are in really cold environments. Like, where? Where am I?
Or some families like go for walks.
Go for walks. Really cool. Go to the movies. We used to go to the movies sometimes.
Sure did.
So go skating. Just get out the house. Do something that doesn't just involve food. Bowling. Some families go bowling. Go for the lights.
Or go to Black Friday.
Or go shopping
and run around the mall.
Just do something. And here's the thing that I tell everybody. I tell my clients: go with a plan. Don't just say another year I'm just gonna eat like crazy, come back and try to lose the weight. Go with a plan in mind. And it might be a situation where you say, well, I don't know if I'm gonna stick to the plan. It doesn't matter. Write it down. Because when you write something down and you create it, you're more likely to stick to it.
That's a good point.
Even if it's not perfect. So if you're visiting your family for 5 days, you might say, I'm gonna make sure I try to get in all my carbs before 3. I'm going to eat protein after that. If I do have a piece of cake or a piece of pie, 1 to 2 slices max per day. Like, go ahead and set your own ground rules. And then make sure you add activity. I'm going to go for a walk. And here's the thing, guys. Here's why I'm doing my challenge, because this is the important part. Number 1, we're just trying to maintain weight. I'm not trying to have you lose weight during challenge. You're going to have a calendar. It's going to have workouts. So you can actually look it up online. You can take it with you. Of course, you can sign up at BuildBodyWealth.com to get the downloads. But you're going to have a challenge where you can do workouts that you don't need equipment for. You can literally be in your room and do push-ups and do jumper jacks and all that and do your activity. And it's also going to give you guidelines. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. Get your sleep. You're going to sleep in, hopefully, because you're on vacation. And do some mindfulness activities. Do some deep breathing quietly in your room. Do some don't let that
journaling,
go. Do some journaling. Because you're going to be under stress. Let's face it. Family, travel, weather, traffic.
All of that. Cooking,
Cooking. The crazy aunt.
It's true.
It's stressful. So part of that, when you're under stress, it makes you want to eat, right? It makes you want to go get another slice of cake. It makes you want to get... So if you're cognizant of it before you leave for your vacation, you'll kind of know what you're up against.
That's a really good point.
It's like, I know so-and-so is going to get on my nerves, and instead of reaching for that cake, I'm going to go for a walk. Or I'm going to put on my phone, so I'm going to get on my phone and do whatever. but have your coping mechanism to get you through. And I know it sounds very bizarre, coping mechanism
but
to get you through the holidays.
But it's a good point.
But it's very real.
Awesome.
So go ahead and have a strategy planned
That's
out.
great.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it through 2017.
We are.
It's gonna be a good, wonderful holiday season. I'm wishing all of you guys a stylish one, a healthy one, a fit one,
yes,
or at least a not even more fat one.
Unhealthy.
A not unhealthy one. Yes. Or not extended unhealthy.
Yes, not extended unhealthy.
Pick the days and pick the shots.
Exactly, exactly. And if you make it a lifestyle,
that's true.
You don't even have to, and even with the lifestyle, you have your ebbs and flows. But once it's a lifestyle, you know it like the back of your hand. And now when I go home for whatever it is I'm going home for, I don't even think the same way. Like, sugar doesn't do anything for me like it used to.
I want to get that way.
It's like, okay, I had a piece of cake, it was great, and I'm done,
That is my goal. That is me and sugar are like this right now.
And here's something else. Hey guys, they have stores, grocery stores, where you go visit your family. If you don't have your protein powder with you, that's not an excuse. Go to the vitamin shop in your little town. They have a little packs. Take your shaker bottle with you. If you feel like you want to go to a gym, call ahead and ask a couple of gyms. If they have like a visitor pass, go ahead and prepare.
That's a really good point.
You're not on planet Pluto. They still have the same things for the most part. So go ahead and go to those stores. Get you some protein bars. Get you the snacks that's going to appease the senses.
Pack some.
Or pack some.
I would pack. I put my green powder when I travel in a Ziploc bag. Put the scoop in, and then if I'm staying in a hotel, use the little cups and just Or I'll pack oatmeal packets. And if the hotel breakfast is extravagantly priced or just a ton of stuff that I know I shouldn't be bothered, I make oatmeal with the coffee with the hot water. Those are some.
Make some changes. Another thing that I do for coffee drinkers, I'm a coffee drinker. I've cut back a little bit. But if you drink coffee, after you have dinner, have a sip of coffee. It's going to naturally suppress your appetite. I mean, and if you are all organic, go to the store, get your organic coffee. They have it Vitamin Shop. They have Nature's Coffee.
Caffeine?
It can keep you wired depending on how late you stay up.
Got you.
Depending on when you eat your dinner. If you eat dinner 2 p.m., since you're on vacation, you might stay up a little bit later.
Good point.
If you feel like you're going to go to bed, then don't do that. But that's another little trick that I do to suppress my appetite, so the desire to want to eat more is lessened. So a lot of little tips that you can,
awesome.
Trick your mind into doing.
Yes, 21-day challenge is going to be great.
Yes.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. This was Thank you, Morgan.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
This was fun.
Go TEDx.
I know TEDx was awesome, y'all. I'm telling you that it was awesome, and I know it's gonna be bigger and better next year.
I am really excited.
They were awesome. So thank you guys. Happy